All right, we'll open our first round of public comments. Anyone wishing to address the board should come to the podium, state your name and address, and please remember to keep your comments to 5 minutes on topic and directed to the board. Anybody wishing to?
Good evening. My name is James Schoenster. I live at 843 Jefferson, Palmyra. And at your April 17th meeting, the subject of a population study was again discussed by this board. As I was unable to be present for this meeting, I had to use the YouTube recording to watch later, and some of the conversation was unintelligible. So I'm looking for clarification on this topic, and perhaps the rest of the public would benefit from that as well. As such, I will present my understanding, and if it would please the board to make things more clear to the public afterwards, I invite that. However, I understand that nothing I say here is required to be addressed and respect this board's discretion on what does and doesn't qualify as new and/or old business. So while conversation began on whether or not to add this item to the school board's budget or the county's, ultimately there was some agreement that it would be a collaborative project as it would yield benefits to both parties. Expectations for a class size, demographic information important to our fire and rescue or law enforcement operations, and insight into infrastructure bottlenecks are among those benefits. My sentiment is the same as that of our superintendent. I'm rather shocked that this has not been done yet. What Dr. Gretz may not be in a position to say as bluntly as I may is how confounding it would be if this board has decided to make the schools ask for it during carryover, especially since they did exactly that last year and found no support from this board. I can forgive the two newest members if they overlooked this lack of continuity, but the majority of you are still here. So I reiterate, it is past due. We spend hours during budget season agonizing over how to spread out necessary investment in our emergency services such that trucks and equipment do not all hit our budget at once. Yet the largest part of our budget has a glaring blind spot, potentially the size of an elementary school, and we keep telling them to wait. I hope I am mistaken, because also during this meeting, it was determined that a large sum would be budgeted under the BOS contingency fund. And another way to interpret what happened on April 17th was this board decided unofficially to earmark the $30,000 population study in that line item with head nods. And if that's the case, please make it a priority in this meeting during new or old business so that the process of getting this population study completed is delayed no longer than it has been so far. Thank you.